Hi there. I want to thank you for checking out the Complete PHP MVC course, Build a Modern E-commerce Store. My name is Terry and I will be your instructor. In this series, I'm going to be teaching you how to build a responsive e-commerce website from scratch using modern web development tools and techniques with PHP MVC. You're going to learn how to use tools such as Zob Foundation for building responsive websites, and then you're also going to learn about Sass, Composer for leveraging packages from the PHP ecosystem, and then we're going to be using Goop and Laravel Elixir for task automation, and then we're also going to use Vue.js for some part of the application, and then you're also going to be using Laravel Eloquent ORM for database manipulation. You're also going to be learning about Laravel Blade templating engine, Axios for HTTP requests, and then we'll also be using Stripe and PayPal Express Checkout API for payment processing, and lots more. Let me now walk you through a demo of the application that you're going to learn how to develop in this series. This is the home page of the application that we're going to be developing together in this series. We have a slider at the very top here, and then we have a section for featured products, which we are going to be coding from scratch. And then we have a section for product picks to just display some other products from the database. And then once we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we also have this functionality to load more products automatically from the database until there are no more products to load from the database. We also have the button to add items to cart. So I'm going to add few items to the shopping cart. And then each time that we do a reload on this page, we are going to see different featured products displayed. And then we also have the functionality for out of stock products. So when an item is no longer available, we change the add to cart button to out of stock so that the user is not able to click on that button to include the item in the cart. But then they'll also be able to view more details about the specific product. So if we click on the see more button, we'll be able to actually view more details about this product, but we won't be able to add it to cart. And then we also have the functionality to display similar products to the product that is actually being viewed. From here, we can also add items to the shopping cart. And then if we have already added this item before, when we click again, it is going to actually increase the quantity of the item. So once you add item to cart, you can then view the shopping cart for items that have been included. So you can see all of the items that we added just now. We have the functionality to actually increase the quantity for a specific item. So I can just click on this button. And then once it gets to the maximum item that we have, you can see that that button is no longer visible. Now we have only the button to actually reduce the quantity. And then we also have the button to actually remove an item from the shopping cart. So let me just remove this one. You see that that item has been removed from the shopping cart. After adding all of the items in cart, we provide a button to allow the user checkout. But in order to check out, the user needs to be actually authenticated. You need to log in so that we can have their information. So we have the functionality to actually allow the user to register into the database. So we are going to create a new account now. So I'm just going to fill out the details quickly. We also ensure that we do strict validation once the user is actually filling up or creating their account in order to ensure that we get the information that we require. And then we can click here to register. So registration completed successfully. We can now allow the user to actually log in using their username or their email address. So if the user forgets their username, they can actually just use their email address to log into the system. So once they log in, we redirect back to the shopping cart page, and then the user can now actually make payment. Right here, we have two options for payment. The user can choose to make payment using PayPal Express Checkout, or the user can pay using their credit card with the Stripe API. So let's quickly do a demonstration for this. And then make payment for that specific amount. Once the payment has been processed, and then Stripe is going to return us back a response message, and then we are going to clear out all the items from the shopping cart. So we get a message here, thank you, payment has been received, and then the shopping cart has now been cleared. And in the same time, we send a confirmation email to the user's email address. Okay, so let me just open my Gmail, and right here you can actually see the order confirmation email. So it says, hello Kings, your order confirmation, and then we provide the order number and the details of all of the items that were actually purchased, including the total amount. So we also log this detail inside of our database. So if we come inside of the payment table, you can actually see the payment that we just collected. The amount is actually in cents. And then if we come inside of the order table, you can also see the order that was just made. Let's now quickly take a look at the admin panel. So I'm going to log out as this user and then log in as the admin user. So once we log into the admin dashboard, you can immediately see details about the total number of orders that have been made, and then currently the total number of items that are in stock, the total amount that have been collected over a period of time, and then the total number of users that have registered. And then we also have a chart here to allow us compare the number of orders for each month, and the same thing for revenue. So for each month, we have a chart that represents how much was made for that specific month in comparison to the other months. So in the admin panel, we can actually add more products to the system. So this is a page that allows us to actually include more products inside of the system with full validation. And then we also have the functionality to manage products. So all of the products that we've already included in database, so we can edit or even delete the specific product. So when we want to delete, we have this confirmation modal to prompt us and ask us if we actually want to delete that product. And then we can also come to the categories. Here we can create a new category. So let us say we want to create one called revenue. So I'm going to be deleting this shortly. So once we create that category, you can see the category showing up here, and then we also generate a slug. And then here we also have subcategories. So if we want to actually create a subcategory, it means that we need to specify which category it actually belongs to. So right here, we can click on the plus button to actually add a subcategory to that particular category that we just created. Under revenue, we want to add money. Then click on create. Subcategory created successfully. So we undo all of this without even refreshing the page. And then you can actually see the subcategory that we just created. We can edit it here. We can change the category that it belongs to. And then we can save that into the database. So once we close, that is updated, we can actually delete it. That has been removed. We can also remove the category. All that and lots more we are going to be putting together in this series. This course is intensive, comprehensive, and practical oriented. We will go through the entire design and implementation process from start to finish and learn how to build a modern, stable, and secure e-commerce web application. After completing this course, you would have developed a more thorough and efficient workflow and be well equipped to take up any web development project. In order to take this course, there are only two requirements that you need to satisfy. One, you need to have a basic understanding of PHP object-oriented programming and the willingness to get your hands dirty writing raw code. Are you ready to take your web development skills to the next level? Sign up now. I'll see you inside of the course.